And Joy News investigations have uncovered yet another invasion of one of Ghana's protected forest reserves in the Aowin municipalities of the western region, destroying over 10 football fields of the biodiversity area. Our initial investigation revealed Chinese nationals and their influential Ghanaian collaborators managed to mine for days in two protected compartments of the Asankrangwa forest reserves before the Forestry Commission stopped them. No arrests we know have been made, and the illegal miners have been made to get their equipment out of the forest. Erastus Asare Donko has been on the grounds and he filed this report.
The Asankrangwa Forest Reserve in the Aowin municipality covers part of the watershed of the Tano River. It was gazetted as a forest reserve in 1955. Experts say it meets one or more previously established criteria for identified sites of biodiversity importance. In December 2023, we reported an invasion of compartments 74 and 75 of the reserve by Chinese miners led by an NPP executive in the Aowin municipality. A few days ago, another batch of Chinese miners and some influential Ghanaian collaborators have entered and destroyed compartments 17 and 20 of the protected reserve.
In the beginning of August, we saw some Chinese people working outside the forest reserve. They crossed the Tano River into the forest to do illegal mining. The forestry people, after 2 weeks, the forestry people came to drive them away. But they left their machines on the road. Until we came here, we realized they have moved all their excavators away, leaving the washing plants and their generators inside the reserve.
Once again, the degradation and destruction of another pristine protected forest has begun right here. This is the Asankrangwa Forest Reserve, and as you can see, some illegal miners have entered and started its destruction for gold. Now what you are seeing in here is happening in compartment 17 where I'm sitting and 20 which is ahead of us. So we're going to take a tour and gauge the level of destruction.
We were told by our sources at the Minerals Commission that Clean Jobs Ghana Limited legally owns a mining right to portions of the forest, but they are yet to start mining. In April this year, Clean Jobs wrote to the Forestry Commission requesting security access to the forest to fight and protect its mining lease against illegal miners who were invading the forest. But that has just been granted. According to Clean Jobs Limited, it has since acquiring the permit, liaised with the police in making series of arrests.
So this is the second area that has been invaded by the illegal miners. And per the map I have with me here for Asankrangwa, according to the Forestry Commission, this is compartment 20, and it's a protected area. It's not even allowed for logging purposes.
It is not clear why the Forestry Commission allowed the invasion to thrive for days before stopping it. No explanation has also been given as to why no arrests were made and the illegal miners were allowed to track their equipment out of the forest. A large part of the forest, spanning over 10 football fields, has been decimated by the miners.
Within a few days, this is what illegal miners have done to this protected compartment of the Asankrangwa Forest Reserve. How do we prevent this from happening in the first place? And it brings to question the supervisory role of the Minerals Commission, the Forestry Commission, and other agencies of government.
Our checks indicate porous entry points for the invasion of the forest.
So this is how they cross the Tano River with their excavators into the forest reserve to mine it. So the excavators, you could see the tracks, They go inside the riverbed, they cross from that side, and they use the excavators to travel all the way through the river up here, and then boom, they enter.
Some of their generators and pumping machines have been left behind, an indication of the possibility of a comeback.
This forest has been standing for years, even when the ones who pillage it now were not born. The evidence of that is this tree. It has been standing for decades. It would take more than 35 years for another one to be grown, nurtured, and matured like this. Until we start mining responsibly, we are in for the long haul for our natural resources. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Tananya Forest Reserve, Western Region.
Erastus Asaredonko filed that report, and thankfully he joins us live with more. Erastus, this is worrying. 2 more forest reserves in the Western region decimated by illegal miners. Have you been getting a response from leadership in the town?
Well, leadership from the town, no, but we are getting responses from those who are supposed to protect the forest, especially some Forestry Commission officials are saying that they did their best under the circumstances. Some are also hinting to me that they are prevented from discharging their lawful duty, and that is how come we see the forest degraded even before the miners are stopped. So far, no official comment from security agencies or the commission itself on how to protect it going forward into the future.
This is worrying, and in subsequent bulletin we'll be getting more responses from leadership of that community as well as government as we look to halt this ongoing illegal mining in this place. Thank you, Erastus Asaredonko. Let's stick with illegal mining. This time moves to the Ashanti region. The Asankrangwa community has warned against attempts to block the ratification of a mining lease agreement between government and the Ashanti Bauxite Limited. Ratification of the lease in Parliament will allow mining of bauxite in the area where a mineral resource estimation has already been done. The community believes any attempt to block the ratification will be a disservice to the public. Nana Aljima visited the community and filed this report.
A mineral resource estimate undertaken at Nyinehin in the Ashanti region indicates a minimum deposit of 375 million metric tons of bauxite in hills 4, 5, and 6. Prior to this, the first 3 hills were found to hold 116 million metric tons. But a lease before Parliament's Select Committee for Land and Forestry has been delayed in ratification. Dr. Peter Chum is a resident of Nyinehin.
They should not hesitate in ratifying this agreement. Whoever will oppose the ratification of this agreement tomorrow is an enemy to progress and will not forgive that person. History will never forgive that person.
Nyinehin is a farming community with some people taking up trading. Aside from the bauxite deposits, the area is rich in gold and forest resources. Due to the natural resources, many youth are engaged in illegal mining and logging for survival. Former assembly member for Nyinehin, Babayaro, speaks of the need to ratify the agreement.
Now looking at our bauxite here, we can employ over millions of youth in our country here to work at the bauxite. It has a lot of opportunities. Bringing excavators, those who will be using the excavators, those who will be at the mining site, you will see that the economic viability will be very, very, very nice for the country. So the youth is a backbone of every economy. But when you don't have the job for the youth, it means that your economy is going down. That is why we, the youth of Achumampono and Ashanti, as a whole in the country, we wish that our leaders should have mercy on the youth.
Some youth of Achumampono, a day before the sitting of the Lands and Forestry Committee, have marched through the streets of Nyinehin. They are demanding ratification of the lease to enable mining in the area.
If the lease are being rectified, it's going to create more employment for the youth and also for the people in the community and also outside the community.
Because mining will chroma and macronomus sisa. Sabi crona quinding in near maybe crying in our essence. Bibia obey a biato, a dry ye, the Ebenya bidia supportia crunum, Yebenya bidia supportia ma, and macron or some cram macrom, senipani where Jumaya uncle.
For Joy News, Nana Jima, Ninehin.